What's up? Episode 24, I think. Um, Thixotropic paint. We're getting scientific. So, happy Saturday. I think it's Saturday. I've actually been sitting here thinking it was Monday for the whole morning. So, that's, I guess, the life of a painter. I'm trying to build some impasto whites for these little white flowers that I'm putting in. This painting is so bizarre. It's it's really testing like my knowledge of materials, which is I guess why a lot of you guys are here. You can't really paint on top of gold leaf, so I mean maybe you can, but it doesn't work for me. I can't get the paint to stick no matter how much I seal it. So this is like raw gold leaf. You can see how much shinier it is than everything else. And then this is gold leaf with a glaze of raw sienna on top of it because I wanted to bring it less, it's actually white gold, so I wanted it to be less cool and more like the colors of the dinosaurs. So yeah, the thing about the paintings that I'm making right now is that I want them to feel the opposite of like a trompe l'oeil where you're playing on depth. I want them to feel kind of all on the picture plane, with moments of depth, right? So like in the lady over there, there were places where she was round, but for the most part it was just kind of all dancing on the surface. And so I'm building up impastos on the dinosaurs by using gold leaf and then painting on top of that. Because you can get the paint to stick if it's just a little area. But then in this background area here, I want to put some like, these are chrysanthemums and I want to make them real impasto-y. So, you guys have all heard me talk about how much I love lead, and I do because it's warm and semi-transparent and plays really well with the other colors. It doesn't dominate any pile that you put it into. But there's this great property about lead that's called thixotropic. It just means that with working it, you can get it into a gummier state. And there are certain lead varieties that are more thixotropic than others. So Flemish white, which you can get, I think Michael Harding has it, but Rublev is famous for it, is pigment white 3 and pigment white 1. So it's basic lead sulfate and basic lead carbonate. So the mixture of those two, there's like lots of different kinds of lead. When you read the back of the label, it tells you PW1 is your standard flake white that like you can buy from Rublev or Harding or Williamsburg. I don't think Gamblin makes one. But the Flemish white is known for having that stringiness to it. They call it long. And then Rublev also makes Velasquez medium, which extends the longness. I actually don't know what's in it. I could look it up if anybody's really curious, or you could look it up. And if you have questions, you can ask me why they use certain things. But so I've got like 50-50 Flemish white and Velasquez medium here, and I'm just working it with my palette knife. And the more I work it, the more gummy it's getting to be. And eventually I want it to be nice and long. I know a lot of painters use this kind of paint to make like water droplet highlights or something that needs to have that like, that's the sound of the highlight. So I guess the thing I'm advising here is to understand your materials well enough that you know when you need to employ an eccentric method. Like I wanted more impasto than my lead white, my Williamsburg lead white was giving me. So I went downstairs and raided the supply chest and found that we did in fact have some really nice Flemish white. And I'm going to hit it up there and just let it live. Alright, you want to see it? Yeah. Ah, scheisse, I got white all over my phone. See my one little impasto-y flower? Yeah. They're all going to be like that. I'm hoping it's going to be good and ridiculous. So, this is quite the journey. I still maintain this painting could come out really bad. But, see you tomorrow.